The drama is this quote unquote romantic comedy. Girl, why are you trying to tell me what to do in our relationship? But fine. And then it all went wrong. Posing, smoking cigarettes. He's not that good of a guy. She's a big time hater. Why did you have to get your cousin involved? She's not even invited. Your cousin doesn't know me. Hi, my name is Lasha Cinematic Universe. Welcome to my channel. This is a channel about film and TV stuff. I do a little bit of vlogging on the side. You know, like I've got events, screenings, that kind of stuff. I'm a busy girl. Do you get me? Anyways, follow me. That's not what you do on here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment. But you guys don't even know what the video is about yet. Okay, hold on. So the drama came out this week, and A24 is the gift that keeps on giving. Because I'm just so impressed by the fact that they're able to give out original movies. And even if it flops or if it doesn't or however it does, they're still giving us more. Do you know what I mean? Like they gave us Eternity, Materialist, Marty Supreme, ETC, you know, fill in the gap. And when, you know, the drama came out, or when the promo for the drama came out with Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, I was excited. And obviously at first they were saying, oh my gosh, it's a rom-com. So I was like, a rom-com with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson? Sign me up. Obviously, watching the trailer, you know, you should come to realize that, yes, although there is some romantic aspects to it, some comedic aspect to it, there's something shocking happening in there that it's like, what's this movie really about? So just a quick overview of what the drama even actually is about. The drama is this quote-unquote romantic comedy that follows this couple, Emma and Charlie, who are about to get married. So during this like getting ready to get married process, they sit down with their best friends, Rachel and Mike. And Rachel and Mike are married. They were even saying like, oh yeah, before we got married, we sat down and we told each other the worst thing that we've ever done. And they tell them, why don't you guys do it too? Which also, girl, why are you trying to tell me what to do in our relationship? But fine. I don't want to give too much away. I'm going to give much away later on, but for right now, obviously Emma does something super, super crazy that ruins the vibe of this wedding to be. Okay, Charlie sees her differently. Rachel and Mike are looking at her like, girl, what? And then the vibe is like automatically like changes, okay? How well do we really know the people that we choose to have in our lives or spend the rest of our lives with? 1. 2, to what extent are we like lucky that certain things happen that stop us from doing bad things or stop us from doing really good things? 2. I already said 2. Okay. Like, what am I really capable of? What am I really capable of? I think those were like my 3 main takeaways when I watched the film. Before we really get into what happened in this movie and like diving deeply, the movie was hilarious. I was laughing so much, and so was the rest of the cinema. Like, we was all laughing so hard. And I think firstly, because there's like a lot of dark comedy running throughout this whole thing, 1. And I think secondly, because the kind of vibe that the movie gives you is like this really awkward, strained tension for so long. You get told this bad thing Emma does quite early on in the movie, and then you kind of just stay at this peak throughout the movie. You know, we stay at this. They don't dive deeper into the meaning of this and what this means for her and what this could mean like mentally. They don't dive anywhere. Okay, we just get this massive thing and then sit there and watch how everybody deals with it the whole time. And you feel this kind of heavy awkwardness and anxiety throughout the whole movie that I'm not surprised that we kept laughing at bits, because we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do as viewers, but I loved that. And I just know, like, I really enjoyed the movie, and I feel like so many of my friends also did enjoy the movie, because I love a movie that's going to get me thinking a little bit more. And, you know, come online and there's some discourse here. What has this person said? Why have you said that? Oh, I didn't think of that. Let me look into that. I love that. And how many movies has made us do that in recent times? Not many. So I really enjoyed the movie. I don't know how other people took it. And I think also because I went into the movie kind of not expecting anything, not super like, oh my gosh, I'm excited to see what it's about, not super, I didn't research what happened. So me going into the movie, I was just like, okay, what's going to happen? I'm expecting something romantic, something a little bit funny. What could go wrong? And then it all went wrong. JK. For me, I think I'd give that a solid 8.5 out of 10. Like that was a solid movie for me, and I haven't stopped talking about it, and I think I watched it over a week ago. I haven't stopped talking about it to this day. So now we can get into it in terms of like spoilers. So it's, I guess, spoilers from now onwards. So obviously we know Emma decided to sit and plan a school shooting. She didn't go all the way with it, but she got pretty far, and the only reason that she did not do it was because there was a mass shooting literally in the mall like 2 seconds ago that caused casualties. So all of a sudden Emma was like not doing it anymore. And on top of that, obviously we had that kid come up to her and be like, oh girl, I don't know, there's something about you. I feel like you should join our anti-gun thing. And she was like so down for it. But she was close. She was very close. Obviously that is bad. Like, yes, it is a bad thing. And I see so much discourse online about, oh my gosh, but Emma didn't even do it. Like, why is everybody so pressed? Emma didn't do it. But guys, okay, I'm pretty sure in America, they be arresting people for conspiring to do bad things, no? And obviously now the statute of limitations has passed, so obviously they're not going to arrest her now. And also she was 15. And when we even get these flashbacks of Emma and her situation in school and stuff, it's like she was planning that shit. Like, it wasn't even a thing where she was like, oh, I don't know, should I do it or should I? She was there with gun in hand, posing, smoking cigarettes. She was filming that video, which was firstly one of the funniest scenes ever. Literally filming that video to say that this is the end. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but hilarious. So that's like a bit on Emma. And I feel like let's even talk a little bit about the different characters. So let's talk about Charlie, okay? Charlie is also wicked and bad. And I hate the way that he's so judgmental of Emma, which I can understand because obviously she did a bad thing, even though she didn't do it. But, you know, his worst thing that he's ever done is he cyberbullied a kid so bad that they had to move away, move to a different city. Like, yeah, like just had to move. Like, Charlie, we're being serious. Come on. That's not good, is it? Like, do you know how many cyberbullying movies there are? And to have it to be to the extent where the whole family picks up and moves, that's crazy, Charlie. The whole time, I still get an energy that he's not that good of a guy. Like, nothing he's doing inherently shows me that he is so much of a better person than Emma is. You know? Like, especially when we get to the point, obviously, I've said spoilers already, where he cheats on Emma. I'm like, so you're not that great of a guy. So let's look in the mirror and stop pointing that finger, okay? And I think another thing that's interesting, obviously the mass shooting of it all, I feel like that is something that is more prevalent in America. So the way that the American characters react to this is completely different from the way Charlie does, because Charlie's British. And I think for us as British people, when you hear of something like a mass shooting, it doesn't sound like something that exists near you. You know, that's something that not many of us, or if any of us, have really experienced at all, whether being in it or people who have experienced it. We don't really know it that well. But for like the American characters, obviously thinking of Rachel and Mike, Rachel even bringing up that her cousin is a victim of a school shooting, that is like the stark difference already. Like, Charlie probably doesn't know anybody that would have gone through that, but Rachel has direct, you know, lived experience feelings going on there. And I think that's why it's so interesting that they made Charlie, who is her partner in this, British, because yes, he can be shocked, because yes, hearing something like that is like really shocking, but throughout the movie you hear him trying to like justify why she would have done it, or like what's the reason, like da da da. Whereas Rachel and Mike are very much like, that's crazy. Now, even to get onto Rachel, because Rachel, honestly, that's my main antagonist of the whole movie. She's a big time hater, okay? She sits there on this like high and mighty thing going on, like, oh, I would never do that. Like, that's so crazy. You're just like so weird, like so tapped. You're such a wild person. Babe, you locked a kid in a wardrobe in the middle of the forest and didn't tell anybody. They had to send a whole search party to find this kid. And you're sitting here like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because yours actually like happened, you know? You actually did something that was so shocking, and then you're coming here laughing, giggling. Oh my God, like, I'm just so crazy. Hello, on the flat line. Come on, girl. I don't know why she was so, like, aggressive towards her. Like, she was so, like, and for me, it was clear that Rachel never really liked Emma. Like, even what she said in her speech when she was all like, oh, I don't know why she asked me to be her maid of honor. Like, that is so tapped. That's enough evidence to know that that was something that she was thinking about before this whole thing happened. Like, why would this random girl even ask me to be her maid of honor? Before the wedding, when she's talking about like, oh yeah, Charlie's the first man I've ever loved, and she starts to cry, and Rachel's like, babe, don't cry. You're ugly when you cry. Like, girl, what? Why can't I cry at my wedding? Don't be a hater. So Rachel was already bad vibes. And I feel like she was just taking this stuff too far. Because also, why did you have to get your cousin involved? Like, what's your cousin got to do in my wedding? She's not even invited. So you have to check in with your cousin. Your cousin doesn't know me. So what's all that about? And then we have Mike. Mike is a little bit of like a, you know, I don't want to say complacent, but he's just there. Mike is just there. you know, his worst thing is not really that bad. Like, I mean, he hides behind his girlfriend who, like, when they were getting chased by a dog, and it's like, okay, you know, not too crazy. Whilst the others are literally cyberbulliers and abuse. Like, them lots are just crazy. Now let's do some unpacking, okay? My first, like, take and thought is, obviously Emma didn't go through with it, but she was lucky enough that obviously another mass shooting, this is so crazy to say that in one sentence, nobody was lucky. But obviously the mass shooting happened already, so it stopped her from being the one to have committed this crime, okay? But then I think about, like, all the other people that have committed this crime, like, they're not lucky because there wasn't something that happened just before their time to do it that stopped them from committing this crime. So they didn't get to have this whole, like, oh, you know, I'm an activist and redemption arc and I'm such a lovely creative person now, because they've only been tied to that one event that they did, whether they're arrested, whether, you know, they've taken lives of others. They are now only just that. Whereas Emma now gets to be this girl that is not like that anymore, which is just, like, lucky for her, I guess. And then it just makes me think, like us as individuals, like, how close have we ever been to doing something really bad? Or even, like, on the flip, something really good, but something happens just before that stops us from doing that thing. So now we don't get to associate ourselves with that really bad thing, you know? I saw this girl give an amazing take on TikTok, and if I find the video, I'm gonna put it in here. Firstly, she was thinking, why was everybody having such a reaction to Emma's bad thing when everyone did really shocking things? And then she went and literally analysed each person's bad thing and how their bad thing is still getting performed in their every single, like, day life right now. We have Charlie, who was a cyberbully, but then brushes off this idea of, you know, the victim being moved to a whole different city by just saying, yeah, no, he moved. Whereas now throughout this whole movie, you know, he's prying so much at Emma. He's making her feel kind of lesser than. Why is he jumping when she's coming into the room? Like, he's doing all these things that kind of have bullying tendencies already. Miss Rachel, who locked up a vulnerable kid in a wardrobe, is here picking out a girl that you can already see is going through so much. You know, you can already see she's going through so much and she's not happy that she did that. Like, she definitely went through so much emotional things here, but you're going at her, like, constantly on her. Like, you still have the same kind of characteristics and tendencies you did when you locked that kid up. And then obviously Mike, who here is still hiding behind his girlfriend right now while she's fighting battles. Does that make sense? Like, so she was saying, like, they all are basically still those same people that did these bad things. So they're afraid that, you know, Emma is still that person that would still plan a bad thing like a school shooting. So that was such an interesting take, which I loved. Again, this is why I love this movie so much right now, because there's so many different takes and so many people have said so many different things that gets you thinking a little bit more. Like, I love that. You know, we're having this discourse about race right now, and to me, I just don't think Emma's race, like, again, I'm not American, so I feel like there's a different level of nuance that comes with being in America and being American, being Black American, that there's only so much I can relate to as a Black Brit, you know? When Emma is talking about stuff like, oh, I only got, like, pretty after school, I was never really pretty during school times or whatever, and we flash back and we see that she's kind of one of the few, you know, girls of color in that school. I can understand why someone who's gone to a predominantly white school be like, oh, I didn't feel pretty, like, I felt like I wasn't as pretty as the other girls, because you're being given this kind of standard of beauty in do you know what I mean, in school all the time, that you sometimes feel like you're lesser than. We know Zendaya is this mixed woman within the space, and I feel like you can only attach a little bit of a race thing to it, and think about why these are acting so like about it, like, why are they so aggressive to her about it. So I feel like there's an element of that there. I mean, I don't really know how much, like, what diving into race more would have done for the story, if I'm honest. Like, again, like, I've watched this thing and I'm been given to it and I'm taking it for what it is, and I can only think that maybe the tone and dynamic would have changed a little if certain things were dived into a little bit more. But I don't know, because I didn't get it. So maybe if it was dived into a bit more, I could have enjoyed it more and the conversations could be a little bit deeper. But I feel like it's given us room to explore these kind of topics without them directly food spooning us. What food spooning? That without them directly spoon feeding us, you know? For me, this was a great movie. I loved it. and I would love for us to talk about it more. Like, let's talk in the comments. Like, what are we feeling? What are our thoughts on the characters? What are our thoughts on Emma, on the story, on the pacing, on the tone? Like, I want to know. This was never meant to be a traditional rom-com, like, cheesy thing. The trailer always gave a little bit dark, a little bit sinister. So I already knew that I'm not going there for some lovey-dovey stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so if you've watched it, let me know in the comments and let's talk about it. If you haven't, why are you all the way to the end? Because I've literally just spoiled the whole movie. So, I mean, maybe you like that. But anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, share this video. Yeah, I'm trying to get to road to 10K. I might even on one, but I'm working on it. Okay? And follow me on my socials, my Instagram, my TikTok. We be getting active on there. Yeah? So follow me. Thank you. Bye.